Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Chelsea. I create content about motherhood, my lifestyle, cleaning, and organizing. Today is going to be a deep cleaning of my fridge and freezer. So today is a Monday, and normally I get groceries on Monday and then I do meal prepping. So I'm going to clean out my fridge and freezer and do a meal prep video for you. Yeah. Towards the end of the week, I do like to try to eat what I have in my fridge and then throw out what's not good, so then I can kind of start Monday afresh. But my fridge itself really needs to be cleaned, so that's what we're going to do in today's video. So I figured before I get started, I would show you guys a little bit of an overview of what my fridge looks like, or freezer and fridge look like right now. Like I said, I did just go pick up groceries, so a lot of this fresh stuff in here is what I just picked up. But it needs to be wiped down. I know the bottom shelf in here is really dirty and the drawers probably need to get cleaned out. So let's get started. So I just started by pulling everything out of the fridge, starting with the door. I did turn the fridge off so I wasn't wasting the electricity and the coolness as I cleaned it out. So started by wiping everything down. I had a heck of a time trying to get the rails to the door here. As you can see, I'm struggling. I spared you guys watching me try to take it out for a good couple minutes here. So I did end up getting them out. There was just a little piece of plastic that was stuck on that top one, so it was really a lot harder to get out, I think, than it should have been, because the other ones came out really easy. So wiped everything down. The only cleaner that I used was just a water vinegar spray, 50-50 that I have, which is often what I clean with. Like I say later on in the video, my fridge stays pretty clean overall, so I didn't feel like I had to go in with any like hard, extra scrubby baking soda or any other kind of cleaning product like that. But I will link the cleaning products below. They are Amazon affiliate links, which doesn't cost anything to you. But if you guys are interested in some of the other cleaning products that I use, they will be linked below. And affiliate links are just links that are linked to me. So if you guys click on the link and you purchase something, it's no extra charge to you, but I do get a little bit of kickback for sending you that way. So that does help me if you guys are interested in doing that. I will link all of my cleaning products below. Unfortunately, I did end up losing a little bit of footage, so I didn't get to show you guys putting the rest of the food away on the second and third shelf there. My camera died and I didn't realize it, so sorry about that. But you guys do see the majority of what I did here. I didn't actually have too many things to throw away. Like I had said earlier in the video, I, at the end of the week, go through everything and kind of get rid of what's not good and what have you. And then the chickens get whatever, like vegetable and fruit scraps, whatever food stuff they can eat. That I do that throughout the week just as needed for them. So they get the extra, which you guys will see here in a minute, the extra stuff that I'm taking off of all the lettuce that I ended up meal prepping, that all goes to the chickens. So that's really nice that I don't feel like I'm just throwing it away or wasting it. If we didn't give it to the chickens, it actually wouldn't be wasted either. I do compost, so we have a garden that we throw all of our compost in. So eventually that garden is going to get up and going, and the compost is actually being used in that if the chickens don't eat it. So it works out really well, and it goes back into the ground and eventually back into the food that hopefully we'll be able to be making for ourselves. This didn't end up being quite as much meal prep as I had initially planned on. I just didn't end up having as many things to cut up. I didn't end up getting berries this week, and normally I end up having like strawberries and blueberries, and those of course I would wash, but I had some from the week before, so I was also kind of trying to use up what I had and not overbuy. So the major thing, as you guys see here, that I'm prepping is my lettuce and my kale, and a couple of those things. I find that I get kind of lazy and don't really want to wash my lettuce. So if I do this and cut it up, it makes salads for lunch, which is what I typically have, way easier. And I end up actually making that for my dad and my mom typically for lunch at least 5 or 6 days out of the week. So that makes it much easier when the only thing I have to cut up is like the cucumbers and peppers, or mushrooms, like the stuff that just kind of gets gross by the end of the week if I cut it up right away. So I've been meal prepping for a few weeks now, much more than I used to do, and that's kind of what I found. The lettuce is perfect thing to meal prep. The carrots, celery, zucchini, those are all really easy things to meal prep, and then of course I do wash my fruit because the kids end up using that. So I try to wash that at the very beginning of the week as well because it's convenient for them, which ends up being convenient for me. And then the things like that are a little bit more perishable, easy, that I've just kind of by trial and error, well, the cucumber goes bad by the end of the week, or the peppers kind of go bad by the end of the week. I just don't cut those things up until like right before I am going to use them. I do try to wash them though prior to me cutting them up because I get kind of lazy and don't always want to wash my vegetables, and I know that that's important. And I do try to buy organic as much as I can, but that's kind of all dependent on what's available when I go to the grocery store. doing a little bit of meal prep here. I did have a mango from last week that I ended up cutting up for Amelia to put in her lunch because she really likes mangoes. Trying to, again, use up what I had from the week prior. And then really the last bit here is pulling everything out of the freezer. Now this was pretty organized because I had actually organized this not too long ago, but I didn't really like wipe it out and clean it out. So it was nice to wipe everything out and put everything back in to kind of, again, look and see what I had, what I could make meals with, those types of things, and just kind of retidy everything up so I kind of refreshed my memory about what I had. That was pretty convenient. So that's about it for this video. We're gonna wrap it up pretty quick here. If you guys like this kind of content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, give me a comment if you guys would like. That really helps my channel grow. And I create content every week about motherhood, lifestyle, cleaning, and organizing. As you guys can see here, that's actually frozen quinoa and frozen chickpeas. So I usually will make a big batch of either quinoa, rice, chickpeas, beans, any kind of combination of those things. Like quinoa and rice I often cook together, and I can put those in like 1-cup bags and freeze them so I have them for later, and then I'm not buying canned stuff all the time. Not that canned stuff is bad, but I try to use dry goods and things like that as often as I can. And the quinoa, the beans, quinoa, and rice I often make in my Instapot, and I usually make a double batch because then I can end up using some immediately for whatever meal I'm making, and then I can freeze like either half a cup or a cup at a time depending on what it is, and that's been very convenient to be able to use the dry goods that I have as well. Oh, and lentils too, but lentils you have to be a little bit more careful with because they get squishy if you cook them too much. So here is the end result. So that's it for this video. It was not a big clean, but I do clean my fridge and freezer out pretty often, so it wasn't a really big clean, but it did need to get done, and it felt better to kind of reorganize that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of meal prep that I did. I do have other vegetables and stuff, but I don't meal prep all of them because like the peppers and the cucumbers and zucchini I found stay better if I cut them, like I wash them and cut them right before I make it. So that was just what we did for this meal prep.